Guba, a region of Azerbaijan with high mountains, dense forests, ancient monuments and rich ethnic composition. Guba, whose history dates back to medieval times, was mentioned in ancient Albanian and Arabic sources, as well as in works of French writer Alexander Dumas and famous traveler Thor Heyerdahl. As a city, Guba was established in the 17th century. Only few buildings in the capital city of Guba Khanate have survived, while residences and palaces of Guba Khans and other monuments have been destroyed throughout history. The buildings that survived reflect rich past of Guba. The Sakinah Khanum, Haj Jafar and Juma Mosque, a bath with dam and Tawla Bridge, which belonged to the 19th century, are masterpieces of Guba architecture. Guba has been home to eminent persons. Outstanding Azerbaijani historian, writer and officer of the Russian army Abbasqulagh Bakikhanov was lived in Guba in the 19th century. In this house, Bakikhanov wrote the book Gulustani Ram, which is being considered the first scientific work on Azerbaijan's history. The Sakinah Khanum Mosque was built by his wife Sakinah Khanum to commemorate him. The Guba mass grave was revealed in 2007 during the reconstruction works near the stadium on the right bank of Gudial Chai River. The researchers proved that Armenian Dashnaks committed genocide here in 1918. The huge memorial complex was built in the area to honor the victims. Modern-day Guba is a city where education, sport and health are rapidly developing. The Turkish Lyceum, which offers high-level education, has been famous in the entire region for nearly 20 years. At the same time, local schools are being reconstructed and modernized. Youth of Guba have been enjoying the large sport Olympic complex for several years. The chess school, youth centers, new cultural places and new parks are being constructed in the city. Guba is one of the developed architectural regions of Azerbaijan. Fruits and vegetables cultivated here are in the markets of the capital city and are being exported. The word Guba is associated with apple gardens. Guba apple is not only famous in the region but also in whole Azerbaijan. Apples from Guba gardens are sold at Azerbaijan and Russian markets. Guba is also a center of carpet making. There are more than 30 types of Guba carpets. Gadim Minara, Gemil, Gris, Chichi and Yerfi. Carpets are kept in museums all around the world and in personal collections. Private enterprises of Guba also produce different types of carpets. Tourism plays a central role in the economy of Guba. A charming nature turned this land into a huge tourism hub. Famous Afurcha waterfall, Tanga Valley and Baba Dağ and Tufan Dağ mountains are the natural monuments of Azerbaijan and major tourist attractions. These places are unique for their cool weather even during the warmest summer days. Jannat Bağı, Dahna, Retro and other resort centers in the villages of Gachrash, Tangaltay, Dahna and Absar offer all conditions for tourists. The prices in rooms and cottages of these resort centers range between 40 and 120 manats. Construction of a golf stadium has recently started in Guba. Rixos Hotel was already built near the stadium. All conditions are created here for tourists. Guba is an example of Azerbaijan's tolerance. Representatives of national minorities are living here as one family. Along with Azerbaijanis, representatives of Tats, Lazgis, Russians, Jews and other nations have preserved their traditions in Guba. Kırmızı Kasaba, the Red Settlement, a famous Jewish settlement in Guba, is located on the outskirts of the city on the beach of Gudial River. This area is considered one of unique attractions for local and foreign tourists. The foundation of the Kırmızı Kasaba was laid under Guba's Fatih Khan in the 18th century. The settlement, formerly known as Jewish Sloboda, was named Kırmızı Kasaba in 1926. Local residents also call the settlement Kırmızı Kent, the Red Village. The area is the most heavily populated Jewish settlement in the world. Greater Village, an old human settlement located on the precipice rocks of Guba at an altitude of 2,500 meters. Greater Village is an exotic place full of ethnotourism. Remainders of an old mosque in the village have survived until present time. There is a large ancient cemetery here which proved that the village was once heavily populated. Its inaccessible area has also played the role of fortification. Carpets made in Greece entered the list of Azerbaijani carpets as Greece type. Greece language belongs to Shahdag group of the Caucasian languages. The ethnic group was one of the ancient Albanian families. There were several hundred houses in the village previously, but now their number is 35. The nearest way to Greece goes through a newly built Shahdag road. Greece is impossible to reach without the guide because of dangerous and twisting roads which go between the rocks.
Yaxşı neye bakırlar, nelerin sözüne bakırlar. Şehirden gelirler ki neye hükmeye.
Shahdag is a world-famous Azerbaijani village located high up in the mountains at an elevation of over 2,300 meters on the coast of the Gudial River. Shahdag is surrounded by the Qızılqaya, Shahdag, Tufandag mountains. Shahdag language is part of Shahdag languages family. Modern-day residents of Shahdag are descendants of ancient Alban tribes. There are many mosques in the city, with the oldest dating back to the 14th century. The village was accessible only by horse in the past, but now tourists can visit it through a newly built highway in every season of the year. All of the houses in Shahdag are ancient. There are nearly 300 houses in the village. Shahdag Museum of History and Ethnography is the most famous one in Guba. Archaeological and ethnographic elements, rugs and carpets, clay and copper plates, a variety of household and domestic items, stone inscriptions, and other items give tourists information about the history of Shahdag. Another feature that attracts tourists to Guba is its unique sweets. There are street shops selling pahlava and bukma almost in every part of the city. Although it somehow resembles Baku's pahlava and Shakis halva, Guba's pahlava has its own taste. It's traditionally made by filling between the layers of dough with grinded and caramelized walnut. A syrup which may include honey, rose water or orange flower water is poured over the cooked pahlava and allowed to soak in. Pahlava is usually served garnished with ground nuts. One of Azerbaijan's must-see places, Guba is changing and progressing. A synthesis of beautiful nature and traditions and modernity is what makes Guba more attractive.